Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Connie if you're new here. I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay, but my channel is mostly about organization, saving money in any way that you can, and sometimes remodeling. So we are starting off this video at the Amazon bins. And if you guys have never been to an Amazon bins, I tell you later on in the video how to find one. Anybody can go and you can get some really great stuff at great deals. I'm kind of showing you a little bit here of things that you can find. And there's also a lot of loud music blaring in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch this video. There is a lot of information in here, and there will be a haul of things that I found to keep as personal use, as well as to sell it if you guys are interested in that. And I am also trying out a recipe at the end. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please make sure that you give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Alright, you guys. We're at a place called, well, I call it the Amazon bins because they take Amazon returns, they buy them, and resell them. Or each day is set at a different price. Today is Sunday, so everything today is $5. The most expensive day is Friday, after they restocked from Thursday, and that's $10. So this is a place I like to come to buy personal stuff and things for my eBay store. They even have appliances. Of course, these aren't $5. I don't really know how much they charge. But they have furniture. They have pretty much anything that you would want. Rugs, speakers, bass. But you have to really dig and you have to be careful what you get because they could be missing items. But I come here often to get things for my eBay selling store. They have rugs. I don't know how much the rugs run. Okay, they got prices. Like this one is $130. So that's not bad. $120 for this one. And they got a big old one right there. Then they have all these fluffy ones. They even have mattresses. Here's a big old fluffy one. And that is $300. They're huge, really long. $300, $280. Let me see if I can get way up there and way down there. Very long, very nice. So $300 is a good price. And then we also have furniture that they sell. So I'll give you a peek of that. And then mattresses. Here's a peek of this. This is really pretty. This is $15.99.99 for that. That's huge. It's pretty. I like this detail on here. Something like this would be $6.99.99. I think these kids know I'm recording and they wouldn't be on camera, but they are not getting on camera. I'm just kind of sneaking this. I don't know how they feel about me recording in here, but we'll find out if they say anything. Now see, I love this. love this table. It's perfect because it has storage. These are really nice. This is, you've been following me since I started, you'll know this is totally my style. The chairs could be a little more comfortable, but it's not bad. I like the style of it, and they're heavy. They're not cheap, that's for sure. I don't see a price. Of course. Your little shell chairs. These are cute. And they do financing here too. So they're closed for about 4 months. I didn't know if they were going to open or not again, but they had a water leak. So I'm sure they had to do, wait for the landlord to repair that. Here's this set. And probably had to replace a lot of their stuff. $1,199.99. That's for both pieces. So, I don't know. It's been years since I bought furniture, so I don't really know if that's a good price or not. But they do finance, so that's nice. I really like this table. But that would not fit where I have room. That's why I have a little table that fits right there. You have a little butt. How cute is that? You got a booty. That is. See that? I don't have a price either. Oh. I don't think there's a price. These kids are following me around. Then they have bed sets, bedroom sets. I'll show you which one I like. Bet you guys can't guess. If you've been following me for a little bit, you should know my style. I'll give you a couple minutes. Comment which one do you think it is. If you said this one, you are absolutely correct. I love this. Totally farmhouse. Love it. And then look at that bed. How fancy. I do like this set too, though. That's pretty. Do we have price? No prices. We had prices on them last time. They weren't that expensive. I'm not seeing prices on them this time. This is a pretty cool set too. This one's really cute. That's really cute. It's like French farmhouse style. I do like that as well. If you're bougie, here's set for you. Table and chairs, $899.99. Really nice chairs. There's another farmhouse style. So if you guys have an Amazon bins, that's what I call it. I don't know what their actual name is. I can never remember. Around your place, anybody's allowed, and check it out. You might find some good stuff. I sure did. So if you guys are interested in a little haul of things I picked up for myself, and maybe things I picked up for eBay, I will have that for you next. Let's look a little bit longer here. Look at that. $999.99. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. $14.99.99. That's pretty. welcome. That's got a fireplace in it. Oh, that's an electric fireplace in there. Got a black one down there too. And they have this for $15.99.99. They only have price on one, so I'm going to assume it's for both. I would hope. You can get your whole set here. You can get your living room set with your rug and everything. See, I like this. It's modern. It looks more like it should be in a movie room, but I do like that. I prefer recliner type of deals. Here's a dark brown one. That looks comfy. I need to try it. $13.99. Yeah. This is comfy. We have this one too. It's gray. It's a lot like the brown. $11.99.99. I like it too. This is the color of it. That's the matching. And it is reclinable. It's very comfortable. These are very nice. Very nice. Huh? Just looking. Dreaming, I guess I should say. Alrighty guys, we are home and this is all my treasures from the Amazon bins. So if you guys are interested in seeing what I picked up, I have personal stuff in here that I have for decorating and organization. Plus I have stuff in here for eBay. We'll see if I have time to do that because I don't want this to be forever long. I would like you to see what kind of things you can find over there. So let's get into this. All right, we are in my work barn. So, because this is where all this stuff got dumped. So I have to go through it and see what goes in the house and what stays out here. Let's see what I got today. Because sometimes I'll just take a quick peek of it on Amazon and then I'll put it in my basket. So I don't really take a good look at it. But some of this stuff is really heavy. Let me explain to you how this works. If you go to your Amazon bins, I think they each name their bins something different. But it's basically known as the Amazon bins because they get Amazon returns, they buy them by the pallet, and they sell them to people like us at a discounted price. So like I said, you have to open them. Make sure that you open them, especially if they have parts, and check it. Now, a lot of the bins, including ours, doesn't like you to open the boxes unless you take them to a table, have a lady open them, you check them up there. Sometimes that can be a real pain in the rear. So, not everybody listens to that, but that's one of the rules, okay? But normally, you would take this barcode in your Amazon app. There is a scanner. Okay, you'll open up your Amazon app and hit the search button up there with the camera next to it. As soon as that opens, you will see at the bottom where it says barcode, you will hit that. And then you will just scan the box and it'll tell you exactly what's in there. It's that easy. You will scan this on your Amazon app. It should open what is in here. Like it's a driver's side mirror, right? So this helps me to list it because that way I know it's a driver's side mirror. So I have to usually go to Amazon and get more information on it because many a times I don't have more information to list. So this is all this is. I'm just going to show you this one. And the Amazon listing usually tells me exactly what this will fit. But it's just a mirror. We opened it to make sure that it wasn't used, because sometimes people will keep the new one and return the old one. They'll do the old swapperoo, and you never know unless you open the box. So that is one of the downfalls of going to the Amazon bins, and there is no returning. So you have to check it while you're there. But this is a mirror. It's definitely a mirror. Okay. And it's just supposed to have that. So it is new. It has not been used. That's one thing that we wanted to make sure that it was still new. And it is. So that's a plus. Now, like I said, everything we bought today was $5. I could turn around and probably sell this on eBay for about $35. So that's a pretty good profit. That is one of the reasons I love going to the bins, because many times you will find new stuff. It's just been returned for one reason or another. You know, who knows why people return things. Either they don't need it, or they decide it's the wrong size, or they already have one, or somebody bought one. So you never know. But that is just one example of things that I pick up. I don't mind picking up car parts, as long as I can find the information on them. My husband loves finding car parts for me. So let's see what else we got in here. 2-pack mat. These are outdoor wall lights. I won't open it, but I have these to list on eBay as well, and they're outside lights. So I should do really good with those. Those are brand new. They have never been opened. We did open them, actually, just to make sure. Because you can see, it's got the Amazon thing on here. And then you would scan this code right here. That's the code you would scan. And it will open it up on Amazon for you. We opened it just to make sure that everything was there, and it is. So that's good. This one's pretty heavy. Got some heavy stuff today. This is so cute. I'm going to add a photo of this. This is going to be for sale. But it's a metal, big, huge metal coffee pot or coffee mug that holds your K-cups. And then it has a little thing that looks like a branch, a tree branch, that holds mugs. It is so cute. And I actually ended up, I think I picked up 2 of these. And these are going on eBay. They're black. They're so cute. I couldn't pass them up. I'm a coffee lover. You guys should know that by now. I wish I had space for it, because I'd keep one. But I don't. This one thing is hard. You know, when you buy stuff like that, it's hard not to keep it. Let's find something that I'm keeping, though. Alright. This is one of the things I'm keeping. This is a sheet organizer. And I had mentioned this to my husband when we were there, and a lady overheard me. And she said, these are lovely. She loves these things. She actually found me 2 more. So that was pretty awesome. They are heavy. I am getting ready to reorganize my bedroom closet, and I needed some organizational stuff. So I kind of had that in my brain when I went there today. And it is brand new. This is what it looks like. They are heavy duty. So I'm very curious to see how it works. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. So you attach the sheet to this, and it folds them. Folds the sheets for you. That's interesting. Now, I'm wondering if I will be able to use this for something else besides sheets. That's what I'm kind of hoping, because I really didn't need it for sheets. So I'm kind of hoping that I can use it for something besides sheets. I'm hoping it just like folds into a cube, which it looks like it might. But if you want to find out, make sure you follow me and hit that notification bell, because I will redo my room, my closet, and we will see if this thing works. If I can't get it to work for the purpose that I wanted, I'll keep one. I bought 2 more, so I will end up selling the other 2. It's pretty heavy, otherwise I'd put one on Poshmark, but they can't really go over 5 pounds, otherwise shipping is insane. But I might be able to, I could put it on eBay. So if you guys are interested in seeing how this works and how I can make it work for what I want it for, make sure you follow, because that video will be coming probably next week. That's my plan anyways. All right, so I got 2 or 3 of those. Next thing I picked up was, oh, this is for me too. I noticed when I was spring decorating that I didn't have a whole lot of spring stuff. I don't know what happened to them. Honestly, I don't. I used to have all kinds of spring stuff, but I might have downsized last year, which is a good possibility. But this is just a wreath. It comes with the actual wreath hanger. And I thought this was really cute. So actually I'm thinking about maybe putting this in my bathroom if I don't put it on my front door. I'm just gonna, let me go ahead and I'll open it so we can get a better look at it. Like I said, everything was $5 today, so I only paid $5 for this. Now if you go on Amazon, you know you're gonna pay way more than that. Isn't that cute? Got the little butterflies up here. It'll look cute when I get it all straightened out. It does look a little more fake than I like, but I think it's still cute and it gives me some color. It'd be really cute to put some lights around it too. So I got that. Why not, right? And then my husband, we all use them, so why not? You know, he needed some boxer briefs, so $5. He picked them up. And then what is this goodie? This is, oh, I couldn't believe I found this. Now this is the stupidest thing ever, but at Halloween I wanted this so bad. I seen it on Temu, I put it in my car, I seen it on Amazon, I had it in my car on Amazon, and I talked myself right out of it. I'm like, no, you don't need that. But it's one of those things where you just keep thinking about it and you can't get it out of your head. That's this. And this is the dumbest thing. I'm telling you, it is the dumbest thing. But it is the cutest thing, and I just had to have it. I don't know why. I seen them and I just wanted one so bad. And I could not believe that I found it today. So I took that as a sign that I needed it in my life. The little ghost in the campfire. How cute is that? You guys seen these at Halloween? I love it. And you just plug it into the wall and turn it on and off. I couldn't believe I found it. They are just the cutest things. I couldn't believe I found it. So, it's just the little things that make me happy. When I seen this, I mean, I could have left everything else behind, but when I seen this, I had to have these ghosts. Because I wanted them so bad at the Halloween, and I just didn't buy them. And the cutest thing about it is, you see how this is made with, like, they look like two flames. When you turn it on, they flicker like fire. How cute. So if you guys have one of those, let me know, because I know they're popular this year, and I'm always behind on trends. I don't follow them, but that was so cute. I had to have it. And I actually decorated my house with ghost theme this year, so that would have worked perfectly, but I just talked myself right out of it. And then when I seen the tag on the front, I was like, no, this can't be it. Sure enough. Silly little things. Alright, empty that bag. Another heavy item. I don't know what it is. Black under sink organizer. Okay, I'm gonna try this and see if I can get this to work underneath my bathroom sink. I'm telling you guys, I'm in an organizing mood, and you guys will be getting some organizing videos, so I hope you're okay with that. It is spring, so I figured no better time than the present to do this. And I'm just trying to find stuff, you know, to make it a little bit easier. They are not easy to open, I will tell you that. And if I could get it at a discount price, that's what I told my husband, you know, he don't care what I buy. You know, it's my money. You know, this money was earmarked for inventory, but it is what it is. And if I can find something like this, why isn't it opening? If I can find something like this for $5 rather than whatever the price they want on Amazon for it, and I can get it that day, I'm going to do it. This is heavy. I'm going to have to see how tall it is when I put it together. But it's just plastic. I don't really want to take it out because there's, well, I guess I can. That's what it looks like, and you can hear that's probably the pieces that you got to put it together with. And there's two. So I'll show you the picture. There is a picture on the other one. And I'm hoping everything is in that, because that was open. That is one thing I did not check, but if there's anything like screws or something missing, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. This is what it looks like when it's put together. Is it upside down? No. Just a two-tier shelf. And I have two of them, so I'm hoping that I can get them to work. Maybe one under the bathroom sink and one under my kitchen sink. My kitchen sink might be iffy, depending on how much space I have under there. I just have no space in this house, and I'm trying to figure out ways to get more space, you know? All right, next thing I got, this is just a lawnmower tire. I got this to resell, so I'm sure you guys are interested in that. Put that aside. It is mowing season almost. A lot of heavy stuff this time. This is, okay, this is another large coffee pot. Or the coffee, they're calling it a coffee pot. I thought it looked like a coffee mug. It could be a coffee pot. But this is another one of those. So there's that. I think this is for me. It's hot in here. I just had the heat on and because it was cold when I came in, but now I'm getting warm. So excuse the redness on the face. Oh, okay. This is silly, but you know, half the crap I do is silly. This is a hanging pot, okay? I'm just trying to get some more color. We put real flowers out all the time. Every year we go out and get real flowers, okay? So that's cute, right? But it just gives you a styrofoam ball. And then you add fake flowers into it. So this will probably actually go on my back deck where we sit. Because last year we had real flowers back there and the bees were after us. So it was at the point where we couldn't really sit back there because of all the bees. So I think I'm going to try the fake flowers, and because I can't get nothing out of that. There's plenty of other flowers that we plant and already growing that come back every year that they can go to. But I would like to try to keep the bees away from me and my husband and my animals. So it comes with, looks like three or four. It comes with 4. So it's going to be nice and full. It comes with 4 of them. And they all fit in this. So if you guys would like to see that, make sure that you thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Once again, turn on those notification bells because there will be a lot of decorating with me videos coming up for spring and summer, and quite a few projects happening too. I love this time of year. So there's that. $5. I mean, I couldn't, let's see. Let's pretend that they have this at Dollar Tree. $1.25, $1.25, $1.25, $1.25, $1.25, $1.25. That's way more than $5, right? And you go on Amazon and buy it, you're definitely going to pay way more than that. So that's why I get this stuff, you know? I mean, it goes into my, takes away from my money that I'm using for sourcing, but I still got stuff to source as well. But when I see this stuff, I grab it because I'm cheap. I'm thrifty, and that's the way I am, and I try to find the best price available. And if I can't find a good price for it to be cheap or thrifty, whatever you want to call it, then I don't get it. Simple as that. But these organizers right here run about $45 on Amazon. So if I list mine, it'll be a little bit lower on eBay. Probably more like $30, $35. Because I definitely need to make a profit, and I'm not giving it away. It's just the way it goes. But I'm just telling you guys, if find a bins near you, because almost every city or small town, or mid-sized town, I should say, probably has one near you. So it's fun. It's just fun to go for the day, and it's a little annoying because you have to scan everything, but it's fun to see what you can find. Okay, this is another organizer. This here, these are drawer pulls that I picked up. My husband found these. These are the ones that no. My husband found these. These are long black drawer pulls. Actually, I told him I didn't want these, but that's okay. I'm sure somebody will need long black drawer pulls. That's what these are. Cabinet hardware. I like to sell all kinds of stuff like that. And I try to keep it under Amazon because I do charge shipping. So, by the time, you know, and I'm a fast shipper, so I may not ship the same day, but sometimes I do, it depends. This here is a light. This is for a bathroom or bedroom, and it's black too. It looks like that. So I'm not going to open that because that's for sale. This stuff I will open as I go to take pictures and examine them. Let's see, what else did I get? Okay, this is a 12-inch light ball hanging tree globe light. I purchased this to sell because I thought somebody might like this, like for a wedding or something, or just as a decoration. You just hang it from a tree and it lights up. So, why not, right? I'd try it. We're going into wedding season, so. Okay. This here my husband found. We're keeping this. This traps flies, fruit flies, moths, gnats, and more. It's got 1 trap and 4 sticky glue cards. So apparently they fly into there and they get stuck in there. Light attracts the easy to use non-chemicals green product. So, you know, spring brings out all the critters. So that's definitely going to come in handy. Next bag. Okay, this is, hummingbird feeder. Keep or sell, I don't know. I do not know. I'm gonna look at it here. I have plenty of hummingbird feeders. There's the bottom. I think I may sell this. Yeah, I have one like this. So that's what it looks like. And it's plastic. So I may go ahead and sell this. I actually might put this on Poshmark. Might have a better chance of selling it on there. This I'm not going to ask a whole lot. I paid $5, but I may go ahead and just ask like 20 bucks for it and see where that flies. Okay, so that's for sale. This here I picked up because these are wasp catchers. And I picked up, I picked up 3 because I'm keeping 1 set and then I'm selling the other 2. I'll show you what they look like. We get wasps so bad in the spring. I mean, once spring decides to find us, even though we're like a week into spring, it's still struggling with Mother Nature, Father Winter. They usually start coming out. And they are insane. Oh, this is hard. They sure wrap this stuff, for sure. People probably complain about my packing too, because I make sure it doesn't break. Need some strength. Okay. Shoot, we're at 27 minutes already. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Please make sure to let me know if you are. That way I know whether to do it again or not. I don't know what you guys like. So here's what they look like. They're solar. Okay, first of all. And they are solar. See right there? And you put your little mixture of stuff in there, which it may have directions. And they go in there and they can't get out. And then at night, it lights up. So, wasps, I do not like wasps. And I have 2 of these, and I know exactly where I'm going to hang them. Put one in front of the garage and one off the deck. Because that's the 2 places that are worse. So I have 2 of those. Well, I have 4 altogether. So 2 on the garage and 2 on the deck. Because here's another pair. And then I'm selling the other 2 pairs that I have. Okay, here is, these are door knobs. Okay. These I'm selling, they're just regular doorknobs for your doors. Entry lock sets, round interior doorknobs with lock and key. And it's a 3-pack. So those I'm selling. And those are black. So those aside. And then these are the low voltage strip lights. And I got these to put in my bathroom. Because I honestly still have my Christmas lights up in there. Because I like the ambience of it. And I have been wanting to get strip lights and just never went and got any. And, or remembered to. So, I seen these. I remembered that I wanted them for that. So I could take my Christmas lights down and finally put up my lights in the bathroom. So, that's awesome. I have them in my kitchen and I absolutely love them. Great ambiance at night. This here is, oh, this is to protect your dryer or the top of your washer. So, now, the main purpose I got this for was because my cats eat in the laundry room. And at night they get wet food. So, sometimes, who am I kidding? All the time. I just open their wet food on top of the washer and fill up their bowls. Maybe every so often I do it in the kitchen. But most of the time it's in the laundry room on top of the washer. So I thought this might be nice to help keep the washer clean. And it is silicone, so it is easy to clean. Right? And it just keeps the top of your washer nicer. Washer or dryer. Either one. So, that's what I got that for. And then it actually comes in with 3 little cleaning brushes I got. So that's kind of cute. That's what that's for. Alright. So next, 2 more bags. Alright, this is a curtain rod. I decided I needed a curtain rod for my spare room slash storage room slash whatever room I need it to be at the moment. And I wanted a curtain rod. This is a gold one. I don't care. The curtains are going to cover it up anyways. Normally I'd be picky about this, but for this particular room, I am not. So, as you've seen in the video, I did run across curtains. They do carry curtains there every once in a while, but the ones that I was finding were just too long. So, these are just gold, your typical gold curtain rods, which I'm absolutely fine with. And these work perfectly. So, $5, I went ahead and grabbed them. And they're heavy too, so they're not cheap. This here, I really did get more for myself. Oops. This here is lights. They're just little bulb type lights. And I personally am not a huge fan of these. I think they just look so cheap. But like I said, we do like to sit outside on the back deck, and I needed new lights for out there. So these will work fine until I find out exactly what I want. And they are solar. These are not what I thought they were. This is string light. Hold on. I know y'all seen that look. There's another one. This could be why this was returned. These are more like stake lights. There's 4. Okay. Okay. And then it has the stakes. It says string lights on it, so that's what I thought it was. I didn't even see, that's why you have to open it. But, you know, no big deal. I will still use them. I mean, they're lights. Lights are lights. So actually, I can make these work. I can put these on next to the steps going off the porch onto the grass, and that'll light that up. So it's not a total loss. It's not a total loss of $5. I wanted string lights, yes, but you know what? I'm not gonna complain because there's 4 of them, and I've been wanting something to put by those steps anyways. So this will work perfectly. They're solar. And then that way my dog can see going down the steps at night. And I can see, and it just gives some illumination out there. So, okay. I am not disappointed. I will just have to keep looking for string lights. But that solved one problem I'm okay with. But this is one thing, that's why you have to check, you know. This is the company's deal. This isn't an Amazon problem. This is the company because they put string light on there. And these are not string lights. So that is probably why these were returned, because they thought the same thing I did. They thought they were string lights. Of course, they have the picture to look at too. I don't. The only picture I see is this. So it was my thinking that, you know, they went this way. But no. Perfect for use in birthday parties, birthday party, wedding, celebration, and more. So, okay, I'm fine with it. I'm not mad about it. Not for $5. Now, if I would have ordered it from Amazon, that would have been a different story. But, okay, this is just an engine oil filter assembly thing for a car. That's for sale. Husband found that. This here is a pet bed that I found, a therapeutic pet bed that I found. This is for sale. My dog has her bed, so she's perfectly happy with that. And then this is beautiful. This is a 4-light farmhouse kind of style. What do you call it? Track lighting, sort of like thing. So I'm selling this. I don't want to, but we are putting pot lights up in my kitchen, so I really don't need the track lighting thing. I really like this but I'm selling it. Like I said, I can't keep everything as much as I would like to. Last bag. Oh my gosh, this is a heavy one too. We're at 38 minutes. So I'm going to have to probably cut some of this out. So if you hear the word 38 minutes, we're at 38 minutes. Probably not, because I'm going to edit it. Okay, this here is, what is it? Okay, this is a dog gate. I picked this up to sell. This is a dog gate. It's for like a little puppy, or probably even a kid, like a little toddler. So you could put it in between your door frame or whatever it is, like going into the kitchen or something. And you don't want your toddler in there or your dog to get out or go in or something. That's what this is for. So I like picking up dog stuff too. Dog and cat when I can find it. And we're almost there. Okay. This is a stone dish drying mat. I picked up 2 of these. This is actually the last thing. So I got 2 of these, and actually, see if I have one here that's open. This was interesting to me. Is there any way to easily open it? No, there's no way to easily, well, I'm going to have to open it anyways to take photos, so let's just go ahead and do that. I do like to open them. I don't like to open them, honestly, because then I can't sell it new in box, but I can still sell it new open box. But I just like to make sure that my customer is getting what they ordered. This is brand new. It has never been opened. But this is kind of cool. Now, I only seen the picture, so they call this a drying mat. It's not a mat, first of all. It's got sandpaper for some reason. But this was an interesting. I don't know what this is made out of. If you guys have one, let me know. It's called a drying mat. It's wood. So I don't know, but it has a piece of sandpaper. If you guys have a clue about this, or you have one, let me know how it works. Because I bought a couple of them. I highly doubt that I will keep one, because I just don't have a need for it. But unless it fits over your sink, and this soaks up the water, I don't understand it. But I thought it was neat, and it goes for pretty good money on Amazon, and apparently people like it. So I went ahead and got 2 of them for $5 a piece. So it's pretty. I don't know what the point of the sandpaper is. And you guys are probably getting so much of a glare. But it's like a beigey color, I would call it. Alright, so that is everything that I got from the Amazon bins. Like I said, if you guys love saving money and you love digging and finding treasures, you can scour a Facebook page and put in Amazon bins in my area, or even on Google, Amazon bins in my area, and it will tell you what you have around you. Anybody can go. You don't have to be a reseller. Anybody. They want anybody and everybody there. So, and each day is a different price. I don't know how it is at other Amazon bins, but Tuesdays is usually our dollar day. And I will tell you from experience that everything is pretty much picked over by dollar day. Now they do, at least ours, they do kind of add to it over the week, during the week and stuff, but their biggest days are, at least for ours, is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, if we would have waited to go tomorrow, I could have got each one of these at $3 a piece. But they could not have been there, too. They could have been gone. somebody could have grabbed them. So I'm glad I got what I got and went when I did. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part. Let me know. If you don't, then we don't ever have to do it again, and I don't have to waste your time. So, but I don't know unless you don't tell me. All right, you know what? It's time to make some food. I'm hungry. So let's make a little dinner. I'm working on a little recipe that I found, and I'm gonna try it out today. I've never tried this before, and it's for KETO Cheddar Bay biscuits. And if that sounds good to you, make sure you stay tuned, and let's see how this thing turns out, because I don't know. Guess we'll have to find out. See you in the kitchen. Hey everybody. I am making cracked chicken in a slow cooker, which is already done. And I decided that I wanted to try some keto, like Cheddar Bay biscuits. And I have a recipe here that I'm going to follow, and we're going to see if we can make this come out right. I have never made this. So, okay, first of all, let's go over everything that we need. You will need a big bowl, okay, to stir all your stuff in. If you don't have cheddar cheese, then you will need a grater. Otherwise, you can use grated cheddar cheese. Or in my case, it's Colby Jack. This is the only one I have. It's close to cheddar. You will need 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of butter, cottage cheese, baking powder, almond flour, Himalayan sea salt, if you have any, or just salt would probably work, garlic powder, and parsley flakes. Those are the ingredients that you need. Now, your tools, you'll be using a 1 cup, a 1 tablespoon, and a 1/2 tablespoon. Okay? Now this says we can make it in the oven or in the air fryer. So I'm going to do both. I'm going to make some of them in my little toaster oven and a couple in my air fryer and see if there's a difference. All right. So first of all, it says for the biscuits, we need the 2 large eggs. So I have my oven and my air fryer preheating to 400 degrees. And then for the biscuits, in a medium bowl, whisk together the eggs. So we're going to do the eggs. We'll need a whisk. So I am whisking those up. Okay. The next thing you will need to add to this is cottage cheese and the butter. So the butter we need to melt. So let me go ahead and melt that real quick. Extra bowl for garbage. All right, while we're waiting for the butter, we can whisk in the cottage cheese. Okay, the butter's done. So let's go ahead, let's put in the cottage cheese first. And this is only 2 tablespoons. It says you can use sour cream too if you have sour cream and don't have cottage cheese. So 2 tablespoons. I'm very low on cottage cheese. And I'm just using the 4%. It doesn't say to drain it or anything like that. So I'm not doing that. All right, we're gonna whisk together the eggs and the cottage cheese. And I'm going to slowly put in the butter since it's still warm. I don't think we want to make scrambled eggs. Here we go. Butter is in there. All right, it says set aside. So we're going to set that aside right there. We're going to take our other bowl and we are going to use the almond flour, the almond flour takes 1 cup. So I have my 1 cup and my almond flour. Now, I don't know if you could sub almond flour for coconut flour, because I know some people are allergic to almonds or nuts. I know it's not a one-on-one thing, so you might want to ask. You might want to do some research on that. Like I said, I'm just following someone else's recipe. I don't know anything else about that, okay? And then we got almond flour, baking powder, and salt. Okay. I'm always afraid I'm going to use baking soda. So 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder. Right? Baking powder. And then it's also asking us to add the salt. And it says 1/8 teaspoon, so I'm gonna guess. I'm not gonna put a whole lot because the butter already had salt in it. I'm just gonna use my fork for this. It says whisk it all together. So you have to whisk it all together, make sure all the clumps are out and everything is incorporated. Be interesting. I would like to try it with coconut flour one day. It would be interesting to try. Because sometimes the almond flour is a little too much for me. I love almonds, but there's something about almond flour that is just a little too much, and I sometimes prefer coconut flour. But I know it's not a one-on-one thing. I have a cheat sheet when I first started keto. A 1/4 cup of coconut flour is equal to 1 cup of almond flour. So since we did the 1 cup of almond flour, you could try a 1/4 cup of coconut flour if you felt like experimenting with that. So if you want to snap a photo of this, you can. This is helpful. All right, so we got this mixed. We'll add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients now. I'm just going to go slow whisking it as I go. And we are starting to get a batter out of this. And I am seeing chunks of cottage cheese, but they're Cheddar Bay biscuits, so it really doesn't matter. Because they're kind of a chunky thing anyways with the cheese. All right, so that's looking good. We got a batter going here. All right, it says drop batter into dollops onto baking pan. About 3 tablespoons of each. Okay, I have my parchment paper on here. Make sure that you put parchment paper on it. It's a little hot. It was in the oven. So I have my parchment paper on it, and just for safety measure, I am going to spray it. Just with some olive oil. Okay, and then I have my air fryer, and I always use one of these little silicone mats. So, okay. So we are going to drop this in. I'm just going to use a regular tablespoon here. Trying to see where to add. Oh, no, we have to add the cheddar cheese first. Okay. So, have that ready. So let's add the cheese. This is why I'm not a professional. Yeah. Let's stir that in and see how it looks. Oh, I need more cheese. Okay. That should be good. So now you mix your cheese in there. This is what the batter looks like. Okay? Now we're going to drop them down. So that's cooled off. Just kind of put them in a ball a little bit. Supposed to give us 10. But there's 3. Then I'm going to put a couple into the air fryer. My air fryer is very small. So there's 1 in there. There's 2. And I have 3 in the air fryer bottom. And the rest of it, I'm just gonna put on here. It seems a bit wetter than a regular Cheddar Bay. It's a bit more wet than a regular Cheddar Bay recipe. So this is going to be interesting to see how this turns out. Alright, so the next thing it says to do is to put them back in. And they have to go into the oven for 12 to 14 minutes. Or until they're golden brown. So, same with the air fryer. Both on 400, both 12 to 14 minutes. So, I got that set about 12. And that's set for about the same thing. So air fryer is over there. Little oven is behind me. So we're not done. We're done with the cheese. So this is the cheese I have left from that. I'm just gonna throw it in here because that will actually probably be my snack later. I'll just finish that. Alright, and apparently we need another bowl. So I'm just gonna wash up this one. I have this one, and apparently we also need more butter. Yeah, another 2 tablespoons of butter. So if you're keeping track, it's 4 tablespoons of butter altogether. This is for the glaze, the butter glaze. So let me melt this in the microwave. The butter glaze consists of the butter, the garlic powder, the parsley, and the salt. Okay, I got the butter all melted down, 2 tablespoons. And then we need 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. One teaspoon. I almost used a tablespoon. 1 teaspoon, not a tablespoon, teaspoon of garlic powder. Boy, I'm messing this all up. This is why I don't go by recipes. I'll make it a couple times with a recipe and then I'll throw my own spin on it. But like I said, I will have this all for you so y'all can get it right. So 1 teaspoon garlic powder. And then 1/8 or half a teaspoon of dried parsley. That one I had right. Half a teaspoon of dried parsley. Alright. And then you add your Himalayan salt in there. Which says 1/8 of a teaspoon. And again, my butter already has salt in it, so I'm not going to add much more. And then you just mix it all up. Just in time, we beeped on the air fryer. You get a spoon. There's that. All right. Air fryer beep. So let me grab those and see what those look like. them on a plate here. Oh, they're brown. They are brown, but they're done. So there's the air fryer ones. So there's the air fryer ones. And these are almost done too. It doesn't look like they're as brown. But we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of seasoning to it. Just kind of drizzle it over it. To me, this doesn't make enough seasoning. I feel like I need to add more butter, melt more butter in there. But there's the air fried ones. And here is the toaster oven. So for the air fryer, I would say maybe try 9 minutes instead of 12, unless you like them that brown. If you do, then do the 12 minutes. You gotta kind of play with your air fryer because each air fryer is different, I think. Mine is a really small one. But here's the oven ones. Big difference. These are going to be crispier than these. And this is the way I used to make them all the time, just a regular Cheddar Bay. I guess it depends on what you want. You can put them in longer in your oven if you want them more brown. This is actually the way I prefer them, but I'm not going to judge them until I try them. I would say to also maybe melt more butter, because if you're like me, you like them buttery. And this, it made enough for all of them, surprisingly. But if you like them real buttery like I do, I would make them more buttery. Add more butter. Maybe 3 tablespoons of butter. But this is what they look like. I think they look pretty good. So I'm going to do a taste test as soon as they cool off. All right, you guys, I have my keto cracked chicken here that I made in the slow cooker. Sometimes I'll use boneless, skinless chicken breasts, but this time I use thighs and chicken leg. You just have to be careful of the bones, but I think it gives it more flavor. I love I love cracked chicken. All right, so let's go ahead and try these biscuits. First, I'm going to try the air fryer one. Now, it got dark on the top and it's light on the bottom. So, we'll see. It's not bad. Now, I will say it needs way more garlic. So, this did not tell you to put garlic in the biscuits when you made them. Add garlic to the biscuits if you'd like yours more garlicky. I would do that. You could either add the seasoning or fresh ground garlic. But it tastes good. It's a little more crunchy on the top due to the air fryer, but it's good. So let me try one out of the oven. Now that is more consistent all the way around. Okay, let me open it. That's what it looks like on the inside. Again, it needs more garlic. So, but honestly, I like them in my little oven more than I do my air fryer. Truth be told. That's just my opinion. Because they are more consistent with the browning all the way around from the little oven than they are with the air fryer. Now, keep in mind that I do use the silicone mat, so I don't know if that makes a difference or not. But they're both very good. They do remind me of the Cheddar Bay. They could have used more cheese and more garlic. So, but that's just me. That's probably user error. But as far as the garlic goes, I would put it in your biscuits mix as well as the glaze on top. Because to me, it doesn't have enough garlic. But otherwise, I think they are a good substitute for regular Cheddar Bay. So again, let's go over what we did as a recap. The ingredients were 2 large eggs for the biscuits, 2 large eggs, 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese. Can't even taste the cottage cheese in it, so I don't know what the point of that is. Or you can use sour cream. 2 tablespoons of butter, melted, 1 cup of almond flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan or sea salt, and 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, or use whatever cheese you want. And to that, I would add garlic to that batter. And then your butter glaze is 2 tablespoons of butter melted, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of dried parsley, and 1/8 teaspoon of pink Himalayan or sea salt. Again, on that one, if you want more butter, more buttery, I would go with 3 or 4 tablespoons of melted butter. That way you get plenty of buttery taste, you get the extra garlic in there, and then with the garlic in the biscuits, you get the extra garlic taste of that. We air fried on 400 and we ovened for 400. They both went in for about 12 minutes around the same time. So if you don't want them this dark, I don't know what to tell you. Because they went in 12 minutes, but they're much lighter on the bottom. So you're gonna have to play with it with your air fryer if you decide to use it that way. But to me, they look more like a cheddar biscuit, your normal cheddar biscuit, when they're made in the oven. For the biscuits, in a medium bowl, you whisk together the eggs, the cottage cheese, and the butter. You set that aside. In a separate bowl, you'll whisk together the almond flour, the baking powder, and the salt. And by the way, for the almond flour, it's not bothering me in this. So like I said, some of the things that I make that have had almond flour in them, I did not care for. I tried some blueberry muffins made with almond flour, and I did not like the taste of those. So, but these, it doesn't seem to bother me. So you can play with that too. You know, if you prefer coconut flour, or you can't have almond flour and you prefer coconut flour, you can play with that. Like I said, I will also put the equivalents or the measurements from almond to coconut flour on here for you. And then in a separate bowl, whisk together the almond flour, baking powder, and the salt. Add dry mixture to the wet ingredients and stir to combine. Mixture will be wet. Stir in the cheddar cheese. Drop batter into dollops onto the prepared baking pan, about 3 tablespoons each, which I did bigger than that. Bake for 12 to 14 minutes or until biscuits turn a golden brown. And then for the butter glaze, in a small bowl, add the butter and stir in the garlic powder, the parsley, and the salt. Brush mixture onto warm biscuits. And it does say, we like to use freshly grated cheddar cheese or cheese off the block sold at store for thicker cheese pieces. They prefer Tillamook is the brand they use. They've noticed that the biscuits stay in the biscuit shape and don't flatten when you use this type of cheese. I think mine did just fine with the cheese that I used. You can always add a little more almond flour to make them not as wet. I don't see a wet problem at all. So I don't know what they're talking about there. It just says the author is Christy Denney, D-E-N-N-E-Y. So I want to give credit to her. And if I can find this recipe, I will definitely put it in the description box below. So if you guys enjoyed this part of the video, make sure you comment and let me know down below. And let me know if you try this and which way you did it and what you did to make it different. Because I'm always willing to learn. I don't normally follow recipes. Keto, I have a little bit until it becomes my favorite, and then I just kind of start doing it on my own. And plus, cooking in front of a camera is a little nerve-wracking. Especially since I am not a cook. But make sure you let me know, and I am going to go enjoy my cracked chicken and my KETO Cheddar Bay biscuits. Bon appetit!